All right, I'm going to be opening a Magic the Gathering Dr. Madison Lou Science set. I'm really excited to do this one. I've never had like a fully artifact themed deck, or as heavy as this one at least. So I think it's really cool that I'm finally going to be able to tinker with that. Well, had this problem earlier. By the way, I'm just going to repeat. The new Capenna boxes for the collector box, or like the cover for it, is insanity. It's gigantic. Anyway, here we go. We got a rag counter. We got some magic stuff, talking about the universe beyond, which is pretty cool. And I'm going to get started with the deck. Dr. Madison Lee, Jeskai. It's a 2/3, and he pretty much deals exclusively with energy counters, which I think is very cool. So I'm going to try to make it work. Like I said, first time. They give you an alternate commander here, Liberty Prime Recharged. It's an 8/8 with Vigilance, Trample, Haste. When it attacks or blocks, you got to sack it unless you pay 2 energy. And if you tap it, sack an artifact, you get 2 and you draw a card. So you can keep replacing it. I don't like this as my commander. I don't like sacking that much. I prefer Dr. Madison Lou just because I feel like she's so versatile. Paladin Dance, Steel Maverick. 3/3 Vigilance Lifelink. When you can exile this. Each creature you control that's an artifact or human gains indestructible. So you can keep protecting your guys. That's cool. Nerd Rage. Enchanted creature. When it enters, draw 2 cards. Enchanted creature you have no maximum hand size. And whenever this creature attacks, if you 10 or more cards, it gets +10 until end of turn. I see. So you got no max hand size. You keep drawing and you want to basically hold your cards to get to 10 and pump them up. Robo-Brain Warmind, star 5 for 4 mana. Its power is equal to the number of cards in your hand, so I guess you want to draw a lot. You want to keep your hand full of artifacts. When this enters, you get an amount of energy equal to the number of artifacts you control. When it attacks, you may pay 3 energy if you do draw a card. So you can draw cards on attacks. You have to pay 3, which is a little high, admittedly, but could be worse. Bottle Cap Blast, Nuka-Cola firing out. I could tap artifacts, and it pays for 1. Not bad. So it's like Convoke, but for artifacts. Deals 5 damage. If excess damage will be dealt, I create that many tap treasures. So I don't get to use them, but Elder Owen Lions. Artifacts have ward 1, so they're protected. When it enters or dies, return an artifact. So you get basically 2 chances to return it. Behemoth of Vault 0. It's a 6/6 for 6. Trample. You get 4 energy. When it dies, you may pay energy equal to mana value and destroy that. So it gives you 4, and it's basically like an investment to get rid of something. Camp. When it is tapped for mana, put a +1 counter. Oh, you fortify a land. Oh, so you can attach it to a land. You put a +1 counter. If that color shares a color with the mana produced, create a junk token. You can exile the top card and play it. Fortify 3. Oh, interesting. So you put it on your land. +1 counter on its creature. If you put the +1 on a creature that shares it with this land, you create a junk token. So you get a junk token to play the exile card. You put a +1 on something, and you could... Okay. Endurance Bobblehead. Add 1 mana. Up to X creatures get +1/+0 and indestructible. X is the number of bobbleheads. It's 1/0 and indestructible. So you give it an indestructible, and this guarantees 1. Expert level safe. Enters the battlefield, exile the top 2 cards face down. You and your opponent each secretly choose 1, 2, or 3. Then those choices are revealed. If they match, sack this, put all other cards with it into their owner's hand. Oh, okay. Intelligence, so it's 2 bobbleheads now. Add 1 mana, draw X cards. X is the number, so I have 2. So I could draw 2 cards, or +2/+0 and indestructible. Nuka-Cola. I feel like I want more bobbleheads in this deck. Right? Definitely, because this deck is all about that. Artifacts, that is. Crush Contraband, so you could do 1 or both. Tap target creature, exile instead. I'll have Swords to Plowshare, Classique. Glimmer of Genius, scry 2, draw 2, get 2 energy. Nice. Thirst for Knowledge, draw 3, then discard 2 unless an artifact, so I can get around that. 2 colors stopped her, can't be blocked, so you give them unblockable. 2, 1, haste. At the beginning of combat, if you control your commander, create a 1/1 Thopter that gains flying and haste. Oh, nice. So you keep stacking them up with Madison Lee. Draw 2, create a treasure. It does cost 4, though, which is a little high, but we'll see. Arcane Signet, classic. Ever-flowing Chalice. Oh, you can have mana. Okay, cool. Lightning Grease, 2. Mind Stone. Oh, classic. Soul Ring. Beautiful. Talisman of Conviction. So it has the Unstoppable. Talisman of Creativity. So Talisman of Conviction, Talisman of Creativity. I like that. Oh my God, they put all 3 in. Yo, thank you. This is what Lord of the Rings should have done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me take a pause for all these haters and real quick thank the creators of Fallout. I'm going to tell you why. In the Lord of the Rings one with Eowyn, you only got Conviction and Progress. You never got Creativity, which was always such a miss. So thank you for putting that in. Thought Vessel, very cool. Excellent flavor text. Another one, Automated Assembly Line, 3 charge. Metalcraft, 1/3, Brotherhood Scribe. You get an energy counter, activate only if you control 3 or more. So you want to play this after you have 3 or more. Get an energy. Whenever you get an energy, you temporarily give them +1. Okay. Over Encumbered, you can enchant on an opponent, so it's like a curse. When it enters, it creates a clue, a food, or a junk. At the beginning on enchanted player's turn, the player may pay 1 for each artifact. If they don't, creatures can't attack. Wow, nice. Wow, so that's kind of a good stopper for 2 mana. You give them 3 tokens, but so they have to pay 3 or get rid of them. Oh, I see. So you're benefiting them, but you're kind of cutting it. I forgot what this is called. The flagship, the P word. Whenever another token, a non-token artifact enters, create a 2/2 white knight with, it gets +2 as long as it enters the battlefield. You can crew. This costs 1 less if each creature attacking, so you throw a right out. You get a treasure for each one, a charge, and at the beginning I can pay 3 and put a counter on each creature. Also, you attack me with 9 things, I could potentially give some +3/+3. Vault 13's Journey. For each player, exile 1 target or permanent. Enchantment or creature. Oh my God. Scry 2, gain 2. Return 2 cards exile with this to their owner's control and put the rest on the bottom. So you exile enchantment or a creature. And you have to give 2 back, but you can do something with the other 2. I see. It's okay. Curie deals damage, draw equal to its base power. Exile non-token artifact. Curie becomes a copy of exiled creature, except it has, when it deals combat damage, draw a card to its base power. So nice draw. It's cool. James, Wandering Dead. Investigate. So exile this card. You may cast the creature from exile. Oh, you investigate first and then do this. I forgot what investigate is, I'm going to be honest with you. I know it's off the top of your library, so I got to find out. But you can also add 2 mana. Yeah, you only get it to activate abilities. That does kind of suck. Nick Valentine, Private Eye. Ooh, spicy. It can't be blocked except by artifacts. When this or another creature enters, investigate. Oh, so you create a clue token, and it's an artifact with tap 2, sack it, draw a card. Nice. So this is a copy of something, and then you can use artifacts to lower it. Get 2 energy. When an artifact, you may pay an energy. You can give them +1 first strike or trample. Oh, that's cool. You can keep adding and making it, deadly, versatile. When this enters the battlefield, choose target opponent. You get amount of energy equal to the amount of non-basic. I get too spicy. I take them. Whenever this attacks, you may pay 4. When you do destroy target non-basic land that player controls without flying, can't be. Wait. Destroy target non-basic land defending player controls. And creatures that player controls without flying can't block. Oh, so you could swing at them. You destroy non-basic, swing at them, and they need flying to block you. Otherwise, they're fucked. Plasma Caster. +1/+1. Equip for 2. When it attacks, I get 2 energy. Pay 2 energy. Counter target creature that's blocking the creature that's equipped. Or choose target creature that's blocking the equipped creature. and flip a coin. If I win, I exile the chosen creature or I deal damage. So it's a risky turn. You either exile the creature that's blocking or deal 1 damage. Risky move. Whenever the 3/3 with haste, Synth Eradicator for 3. Whenever it attacks, exile the top card of your library. You may get 2 energy. So you exile to get 2 energy if you don't want it. If you don't, you can play the card. So I can play the card or exile it for 2 energy. Pay 3, it deals 3 damage. Okay. Arcade Ganon. Draw a card, then discard a card, put a quest counter. Once during each of your turns, you may cast an artifact or human from your graveyard, equal to the number of counters. So you want to keep drawing, putting a counter. You're discarding, so you're putting things in the graveyard. You can get it back later. Electro Siphon. Counter target spell, you get an amount of energy equal to its mana value. Ooh. Sounds fun. Red Death Shipwrecker. This little fellow is deadly in its own fashion. Alluring Eyes. Go target creature an opponent controls. That player draws a card. I add a red. So until your next turn, they have to attack somebody else, and I draw a card. Rex Cyberhound. When it deals damage, they mill 2, and I get 2 energy. Pay 2, choose target creature in a graveyard. Exile it with a brain counter. This has all the activated abilities. So if I exile something with this for 2 energy, boom. As long as it's entered under my turn, creature gets +2/+2. When at least this 2 other creatures attack, it deals damage equal to the artifacts to target player. So you can only hit a player, you can't hit any target, but with artifacts, man, that can get out of hand real quick. Next one is Sean, Father of Sins. It's a 3/4. Whenever you attack, you may create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of target attacking legendary creature you control other than this. So when I attack with something else, I can copy that card. It's not legendary, it's a synth artifact. So you basically can turn something, whenever I attack, as long as it's a one thing, I can copy that thing and turn it to an artifact. But when I do, when this leaves, I have to exile them all. So that could be a problem. Because if you put it on there, you know, you can lose that. Vault 112. Tap 1 creature, put a stun counter. I get 2 energy. So I get 4 energy, 2 stun counters. Pay any amount of energy. If you paid 1 or more this way, shuffle your library, then exile that many cards from the top. You may play one of those cards. So you pay any amount of energy. Let's say you pay 2. You shuffle your library, then you exile 2 cards from the top. You may play one of those cards for free. Oh, so the more you pay, but then they're gone. Its power is equal to the number of artifacts, crew 2, so it could get deadly. T45 power armor. You get 2 artifacts for it coming out. Crew creature gets +3/+3, doesn't untap. If at the beginning of my upkeep, I can pay 2, untap that. But it has to be at the beginning of my upkeep, and then I put a menace, tramp, or a lifelink. So you put it on something, you attack with the creature that's now pumped up. You pay at least 1 to get it untapped, and then you put a trample on it. Then you could do it again if you wanted. Pay it again to untap, put another counter on it. Then you could unequip this. And then I got some good lands here. Ooh, an austere command? Good shit. You can either destroy all artifacts, enchantments, creatures, mana value 3, letter 4 or more. Return all artifacts and enchantment cards from the graveyard to the battlefield under their owner's control. Fantastic. Wow, these are some good cards. I can't believe we got Austere Command. Each artifact enchant artifact you control. Beginning of your upkeep, create a token that's a copy of that artifact. If you control 8 or more artifacts with the same name, you win the game. So basically, if you control 8 or more with this card out, boom. One with the machine. Draw cards equal to the highest mana value amount of artifacts. Play that prime, forget it. 7, Wake the Past. Return all artifact cards from the graveyard to the battlefield. They gain haste. All of mine. I can look at the top card at any time. I can cast artifact and colorless spells. And I can pay 1 to exile the top. Panharmonicon. Wow, very nice. If an artifact or creature entering the battlefield calls a triggered ability, it triggers twice. Solemn Simulacrum. Fantastic. Still Overseer. Hit him with that. Exotic Orchard. Oh, that's so cool. I love this art. They got some good stuff in here. Oh, cool. A little Wayfarer's bauble. I love that. Mystic Monastery. Path of Ancestry. Oh, man. So cool. Really like this set. Oh, and I got energy. Yeah, I got this thing, whatever. But I'm definitely going for the energy one. I love that. I got Food, Human Knight. I got a token copy. I got a Thopter. I wish I had more than one energy. It's the only thing that sucks, I guess. But other than that, very, very cool. I love this deck. I can't wait to pimp it out and show some new videos once I learn it a little more. So thanks for bearing with me. That was my Dr. Madison Lee kind of run through of the deck. It's all about energy. We'll see how that goes. I'll be sending you guys another video really soon. Thank you for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz. And check out my podcasts and my Twitch stream every Wednesday at 1:30 Eastern time. Peace.